Third graders, this is your last week of school. You've made it, your last week of third grade. And just keep doing your best. You are doing a great job. Keep memorizing 1 John 4:17. This is how love is made complete among us so that we will have confidence on the day of judgment. In this world, we are like Jesus. You are also going to be reading about how Peter escaped from prison, how God did that in Acts 12:1-19. Make sure that you are remembering details, the BME, beginning, middle, and end, the summary, the most important parts from what happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end. You can retell this to someone in your family, or you can write out the summary in your journal. In math today, I will be on Zoom to answer questions. You are working through page 1-14. There are many questions, about 40. You can just do the even numbers if you want to, every other one. You also have a fun hands-on activity on a website. The link is in the lesson plans for today. In spelling, you are going to be introduced to lesson 32, rule number 2. Make sure that you're doing numbers 1-10 in cursive. For grammar, you don't have grammar today. No grammar. Reading you have, and then you will use the grammar time to finish up reading. You're reading about the cobbler on pages 285-298, and then completing pages 43 and 44 in your reading booklet. It looks like this. Make sure you look at those vocabulary words before you read or during reading if you need to. Then you have comprehension questions. Look out for those questions that have many parts. What had Royal done to his boots so they'd still fit him? What did the girls do to their clothes so that they'd seem new? You have 2 parts. And then number 2, what is the academy? Who was going, who was not? You have 3 parts to that question. Make sure you do all 3. On the back, you have a picture of a boot and 1 question above that. What new chore could Almanzo do with the bobsled? Make sure you write Almanzo could and then answer the question. You want to begin with a strong subject noun. And then on the boot, list the 10 steps needed to make Almanzo's boots. Page 291-295. It gives you the page numbers there. Science, you are going to start working on your study guide. I gave you a staple packet several weeks ago, and staple to, actually it's on the back. So you have your grass seed experiment, and then on the back you have the botany review. You are going to work on this today and study it tomorrow, and then on Wednesday there's an extra optional Zoom if you want to go on there and we can talk about our grass seed experiment. Mine is actually growing now. Anyway, we'll talk. You can bring this on the Zoom lesson if you want to, and we can discuss that. That is all for today. We want to continue hearing about Stuart and Harriet. His day with her is not going well because we just found out that his boat is messed up, and on Friday he was saying, "Oh geez, oh geez." "What's the trouble?" asked Harriet. "Miss Ames," said Stuart in a trembling voice, "I assure you I had everything beautifully arranged, everything, and now look." Harriet was for fixing the canoe up and going out on the river anyway, but Stuart couldn't stand that idea. "It's no use," he said bitterly. "It wouldn't be the same." "The same as what?" asked Harriet. "The same as the way it was going to be when I was thinking about it yesterday. It was tied up so tight I could never get it off. Look at the string." "Well," suggested Harriet, "couldn't we just let it hang over in the water and trail after us?" Stuart looked at her in despair. "Did you ever see an Indian paddling along some quiet, unspoiled river with a great big piece of rope dragging his stern?" "We could pretend we were fishing," said Harriet, who didn't realize that some people are fussy about boats. "I don't want to pretend I'm fishing," cried Stuart desperately. "Besides, look at the mud. Look at it." He was screaming now. I wonder what Harriet thought about that. Harriet sat down on the twig beside Stuart. She offered him a peppermint, but he shook his head. Well, she said it's starting to rain, so I better be running along. If you aren't going to take me paddling in your canoe, I don't see why you have to sit here and sulk. Would you like to come up to my house? After dinner, you could take me to the dance at the country club. It might cheer you up. No, thank you, replied Stuart. I don't know how to dance. Besides, I plan to make an early start in the morning. I'll probably be on the road at daybreak. Are you going to sleep out here in the rain? Asked Harriet. Certainly, said Stuart. I'll crawl right under the canoe. Harriet shrugged her shoulders. Well, goodbye, Mr. Little. Goodbye, Miss Ames. I am sorry our evening on the river had to end like this. So am I, said Harriet, and she walked away along the wet path toward Tracy's Lane, leaving Stuart alone with his broken dreams and his damaged canoe. He did not have a good day. But I hope you will have a good day. Happy Monday, and I will see you later if you have questions over math at 9 o'clock. Or we'll see you tomorrow on Zoom. Bye.